All right there now, it's your boy the Toothless Wonder, aka Foul Sharpton, reporting from the Bamboozled Again News Network. And I meant to make this video maybe last week, never got around to it. And sometimes I want to just hop on with my initial snap thoughts, you know what I mean? And then some things I tend to marinate on or let it simmer, slow simmer, just to collect my thoughts and then come with, some content in relation to a particular subject that I find interesting. Not just now, but it was outside of, just understanding finance and credit. It's probably the main niche of YouTube that I subscribe to through a few, what I believe to be good brothers. And, regardless of maybe their personal issues, or maybe we can critique how they respond in certain situations. The one thing I can't get around is how applicable and how it has helped me and helped me navigate various situations that I probably wouldn't have done as efficiently had I not found this information. I believe the information came to me prior to certain situations so that I could identify it, recognize it, navigate it. A lot of talking points brothers use, I already knew. They just gave me a greater depth of knowledge and insight and application, identification. Again, to be able to do things more efficiently. That's kind of how I move. I start doing something, and then I look for ways to, improve and just be as efficient as at whatever it is that, I find myself in. Job, as a father, you know what I mean? As a citizen, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just on this kind of, in this phase of sobriety, I'm just on this growth and like the original GDs, I'm on growth and development. Because of maybe how I grew up, my natural, I guess, factory settings as far as my inclination. So I've always been an observer, you know what I mean? And this video will be about just what I'm observing on the Chosen One's content on YouTube. Now you kind of got the corporatized, watered down version. I don't really subscribe to like the trend geniuses of the world. I gave him some go at times, but then he had one phase that Newbury that I just kind of just turned me off. And he was talking about where the angels and manifest money. I'm like, no. See, he had me for a second. You know what I'm saying? But then he kind of went left field, so I kind of left him alone. And then later on, he, panders for money, and I think he had a fake out rainbow video, like that type of stuff. I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't got nothing against the brother, just ain't. Nah, I'm good on that. And then I know, like, the Chosen One's niche on YouTube has become almost like a corporate product now. If they're hating on you on your job, you're chosen. You know what I'm saying? If your spouse cheated on, your chosen one. Now those could be things that happen, but with a few select brothers, and I'll give them a shout out. And I guess if you check out my content, you should definitely check them out. New Breed, the brother Iron, he has a channel called Iron in the Soul, The Thinking Man's Templar. He used to be more of an observer too, but now he's moved more spiritual as he's growing and developing. I believe he's in Brazil now. You know what I mean? But what I tend to, the commonality in all of them, the Truth Unedited channel. I don't want to miss nobody. Who else? Forgive me if I do, but I just want to stay on my train of thought here. And they all come from different places, different backgrounds, so on and so forth. Maybe different journeys, but the one thing I notice in common that kind of glues me to these brothers is my perception of their genuineness and authenticity. You know what I mean? Even in my personal life, I really don't even, at this, I'm not really the judgmental person, but I do judge to see like how I fool with you. You know what I mean? But trust and believe, I ain't in no position to be knocking nobody and casting no stones. You understand me? But I was saying that, these guys, okay, the brother Brainwaves, right? Now, mind you, I think he's on chapter 11 of an Exposing New Breed joint. And just like in the art of war, you know, you get the victory or whatever, you should just leave it alone. But now he's going into overkill, so much so, just like if you're in the community and you see, let's say, a group of dudes messing with it. I'm just using that as an analogy. Less fortunate, you might say it like, that's what's wrong with the world. But if they keep doing it and you keep seeing it, what ends up happening is you like, hold up, cuz, man, leave that man alone, bro. And then you not realizing it's somebody on the other, he feel the same way. So you're like, yeah, man, they wild. And then you have people who you don't know who are now about to gang up on you because they tired of seeing what you're doing. And in reference to New Breed and, you know, think like he showed, you know, his humanity, he's admitted his mistakes. One thing I haven't seen a whole lot of the other people do, like Ringo and Rollo and all that. Even though these brothers keep talking about repent. But I haven't seen them apologize for, you know, any part to play in the situation. You know what I'm saying? They keep acting like they're so wronged and, you know what I mean, just going for overkill or whatever. But I think it was chapter 8 or 9. I just happened to click on for some reason. And I was taken back because he had a woman who supposedly was the first woman on the land. And from what I'm gathering, she had a negative experience. And now she's no longer on the land. And she goes through her experiences with the landowner, Mike, and whoop. So being that this is a first-hand account of the first woman who was on the land and then not there, it kind of made me take a step back. I'm like, damn, I can't deny this one. And whether she's telling the truth or not, still, she was still the first person on the land. You know what I'm saying? And now she's not. You know what I mean? So I'm like, dang, yo. Then it made me wonder, is this for me as far as, you know, like the land initiative, or am I just supposed to build with me in mind, or, you know what I mean? But it would be, you know, nice to say the least to actually see people in person who have been, you know, instrumental and be of service. Because I'm not like, you know, I'm not looking to, I guess, get, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking to be of service. Because I'm type brother, if you help me in any way, even if you don't know you did it, at some point I want to just show my appreciation. Because I'm not used to getting it. You know, so when you're not used to getting things, if you're in the space I'm in now, then you want to show appreciation because you actually appreciate it. Like there's no ulterior motive. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So I was taken back by that video. And then they're continuing to drop, you know, videos on New Breed. And it's just like, okay, wow, whatever, right? So I did check out, I think it was yesterday, he did one on his Universal ENT channel. You know, Divide and Conquer, and he brought brothers in to, you know, and I couldn't check out all of it, but he had brought brothers in to, you know, share their sentiments. If they had an issue, if they had a question, he opened it up. You know what I'm talking about? But then I noticed something, right? And I didn't check it all out. And then I think Epic Minds did a reaction, I'm assuming, to it. I guess somebody came in with, as he calls it, the Antichrist spirit. He said maybe he didn't immediately eject them. So that was his critique of New Breed. Okay. But my thing, and I know y'all watch the man content, because every time he drops, you're making a reaction, even if the video title or the subject matter has nothing to do with the NATO coalition forces, Ringo, Rollo, or Brainwaves, you'll still spin it and make it like it's about you, like he's sneak dissing. When there's really no need for him to do that, because any video I've seen, and he called y'all out by name. You see what I'm saying? So I found it odd. I knew y'all know he dropped the video. Which would technically be a validation of his talking point of a monitoring spirit if every time I do something, you're always knowing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the last one I seen, he kind of goes through he went through his latest video talking about social media and you know, how it can be the beast and da-da-da. And then they're Brainwaves making these articulations about, you see, this is not scriptural content, whoop, you know what I mean? And basically making it seem like he's sneak dissing them about their content, or he said something about, just trying to make content, right? And taking a break, things of that nature. But I find it odd, if the man is sneak dissing y'all so much, according to y'all, and he opens up the phone lines for anyone to call in, none of y'all called in. And I knew at least one of y'all knew he went live or whatever the case may be. And I knew if one of them heard it, he done alerted the rest of y'all. Why didn't y'all hop on the jump? That's the part, even, and you had these crafty arguments, and some of them sound compelling, I ain't gonna lie. But when I do the eyeball test, it don't match up. If y'all so wrong that he opened up the lines and y'all so eager to expose him, why not hop on his platform where he has his viewers and state whoop-de-whoop-de-woo? That was none of that. You see what I'm saying? Then I look at it, and this is my initial reaction when the Ringo and New Breed thing first started. I guess we're in a couple months from that now, maybe a little more. The man, y'all make articulations about the manhood, right? But then when the man offer you up, nobody take the bait. And granted, it's hard to tell how people look, on TV or screen or something. But it doesn't look as though Breed is like a physically imposing individual. You know what I'm saying? I know, Rollo's on the more rotund side. From what I've heard, brainwaves, he's, like Bruce Leroy, according to him. And Ringo looked like more like a Tayshaun Print, kind of long, wiry type of guy. None of y'all, in an attempt to expose this man or whatever, or you so wrong and this, that, and the third, none of y'all took up the man offer, yo. This why you can't believe everything you see, but if you have spiritual eyes, you should be able to see, if that make any sense. So what the NATO coalition forces are doing, or saying rather, and then what they end up doing and how they end up responding doesn't match up. You see what I'm saying? Now that they're saying, now you arguing the man talking points, and y'all been doing that, but I find it odd y'all never did that beforehand. So either one or two things happen. Excuse me. Either you disagree with the man and kept it close to your chest for whatever benefit New Breed brought at the time, and then when the time was, expedient, then you went on ahead and, exposed this, exposed that, right? Or you agreed with it, and when y'all had a falling out, now you choose to attack the man. And these aren't new talking points. As far as, let's say, gang stalking or chosen one's content, monitoring spirits. I seen one joint, Ringo went as far as to say semen retention is a scam. How do you scam somebody from not releasing their seed? Like, like New Breed said, I can't, unless that talking point brings people over and then they subscribe or donate, but you can't sell semen retention. And then how is that not beneficial? You see what I'm saying? That's why I keep saying somebody that got to him, which I find, which is, mesmerizing to me, how these brothers know the scriptures, will use the scriptures to denounce or quote unquote rebuke another brother, but then in real time, the whole way they're going about it is unscriptural. They just use it as a weapon, but nobody is using the scripture as a mirror to their personal conduct in any situation. Like the words say, be angry and sin not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be angry all day long, but my anger shouldn't provoke me to sin, wrath, or going about things in I wouldn't even just say unscriptural way, just in just in a rules of engagement type of way. You know what I'm saying? The same articulations y'all make about the man XYZ are actually applying to these brothers in real time. And then from what I've seen too, I think Ringo had made some chosen one schizophrenic video, and other brothers. Now these brothers don't like brother Clone. I think it's Cloaks and Clone. I'm not. Forget me on that one. The brother SRBG, Epic Minds. Like these brothers don't know themselves, and now last week they was all ganging up and shamming on Ringo, and you know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean. Just like that analogy I used of. Seeing someone, not saying New Breed less fortunate, I'm just using it as an analogy. Somebody picking on somebody less fortunate, and it's so off-putting, you chime yourself in. And it ain't got nothing, it got something to do with me now, because I'm tired of saying it. You know what I'm saying? So, it looks like what was meant for evil will actually be for good, because of a common or this particular situation. Now, even with me, like on YouTube or whatever, like, you know, we're communicating in inboxes or emails about that I don't really know. But the catalyst for such was our common disdain for how the NATO coalition forces are carrying and conducting themselves. The brother clones and cloaks and clones, I think. Forgive me. So normally he wear a t-shirt on his head from the videos I seen. He basically leaned on brainwaves. Like, man, what happening? You know what I'm saying? Chimp, you know what I mean? But then when they do that, they're like, oh, you're crashing out. You keep saying crash out so that you don't personally have to deal with the man just calling you out, yo. I don't care how scriptural, how pious you attempt to be. If a man offer you up and you don't take the bait, you see what I'm saying? It's the reverse. Because initially when the beef, quote unquote, first started, I said they're antagonizing him in an attempt to pull New Breed into the water by being, you know, subtly overtly disrespectful, just to get a reaction. You know, like in the Art of War, I think it's like find the thumbnail or the thumb screw, and then just keep turning that joint till you get an emotional reaction, and then you run the rest of your play. But New Breed took it up a notch, because you can only fool with a man. Man can only take, I don't care who he is. Man can only take but so much. And then when he lean on y'all and call y'all all out your name and disrespect y'all, just like like Ringo, here it is again. It doesn't make sense in application. Now, you talking about defending, yes, you should. Man defend his family, provide, he do woo, do woo, do woo. Here the man, now, according to you, which I'd never seen this on his end, you're saying he disrespected your daughters. Then he was like, and I'm like this, like, no, I didn't do it. But since you keep going, yeah, now I did it, now what? You know what I'm saying? So then he, you know, said that he would never have a son. You know what I'm saying? Old chimp, basically, you know what I mean? Whatever. And then he offered the man up. But Ringo, who I'm assuming has a pretty distinguished size advantage as far as height, at least. You mean tell me, according to you, this man done disrespect your family, disrespect your wife, say you never have a son, he offer you up and you don't take it? That make you look like a chump. You went too far. But you're not willing to go far enough. You see what I'm saying? Then Brainwave, like he makes, you know, on his entertainment channel, that's his worldly channel. Oh, well, it does say entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then you get on the man for covering P. Diddy's situation. But then everybody else done covered it. You see what I'm saying? Except him. I know Ringo's covered it. It just doesn't make any sense, yo. And it's just, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're always going to have those who are on your side. I try to, even if I am biased, I try to be as objective as possible so that I don't get bamboozled. And it's not even so much so that New Breed has vindicated himself. It's just the level of overkill these other people are doing has kind of done it by default. You know what I mean? Because we all remember situations maybe dealing with a female, and these were the lengths and the tactics that she used. You see what I'm saying? When in reality, the initial person that they're attempting to demonize was the one who was used, the one who was betrayed. You see what I'm saying? Like, again, you didn't hop on the man live and talk your yin yang or say you need to repent for this, that, and the third. But I'm assuming if Brainwaves were to open his channel, New Breed hopped on, you would do it on your channel because you would get the views. You see what I'm saying? YouTube, hell of a drug, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this just reminds me just to have, and here's what I'm doing now in real time, right? And I understand this, and I forgot what it's actually called, but they say like Jay-Z and these people do this type of tactic where, okay, you start out drug dealing, but you can only go but so far with it. So once you see it start trending down, then you hop to something else. So you start out drug dealing. It can only take him but so far. It starts trending down, so then he hops full-fledged into rapping. Okay, rapping goes up. But rapping in and of itself can only take you so far. Then he gets into maybe branding and, clothing and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? That takes him up, da-da-da-da. But that can only take him so far. And then he gets him maybe the perception of ownership or executivism. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm looking at, that's why I think you as best you can help or try to, even if it's numerous streams of income, not putting all your eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? Attempting to keep constantly shooting for the next level, not just financially, spiritually, physically, mentally, your family. You see what I'm saying? Because everything has kind of a ceiling to it. You know what I mean? So then that's another one. They were making his articulations about he's going on to other here's what it was. They said he's going on to other platforms sharing his content because his views are down. He must then putting a flip game on it. He must be hurting for money. Da 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 da. So I said, okay, well let me go on this jump and see. So I go on New Breed, Global Truth, and I look at the views. He's getting 10,000 views. I think maybe of the little bit of views that I just scrolled down and just looked at the numbers. He might have had 1, 2, or 3 videos that were under 10,000. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how the YouTube monetization works, but I'm like, that's pretty decent for anybody. You know what I mean? Then I go and check out Ringo. Outside of his videos about New Breed, he's not cracking 10,000. You know what I mean? And then I initially said, when it first popped off, I'm trying to look at what is this man catalyst for this flip mode squad? He got a new house, new car, them bills, you know what I'm saying? When he had the opportunity, and that's why I don't think he never had any intention on being on the land. Granted, I don't know everybody's situation, but it would make more, just the way my brain's set up, if whatever money I used or however I did it to build, in the community, mortgage and all that, I should just use that on the land. I'm pretty sure over the long haul, I'd have initially saved less, but I don't think he had any intention. I think that was just his vehicle to get out of the city, to utilize the genuineness of another brother. And then when I break off, then I go for his, you know what I'm saying, in typical up top 48 laws of power type style. You know what I mean? But like I said, he went too far. He went past his mark. Had he left it alone, he'd have probably looked like the victor. But the fact that you had to keep dropping, it actually watered down your content. You put too much cut on your product. Now don't nobody want it. And now if you attempt to go back to other type of content, nobody really feeling it, because now you can't say I'm chosen or whatever, because all the talking points you might have used that are all commonalities amongst quote unquote chosen, you can't go back and make videos about that because you done already debunked it. So you done sealed the door behind yourself. So now you're going to have to continue to sell out to the very same algorithm that you're saying this man is selling out to. But you're doing it in application and in real time and in real life. You see what I'm saying? Yo, he probably mad wild, B. Word up. It's just, and I feel bad though, like in the goodness of my heart, right? Like, come on, cuz, come on back home. Us colored folk, us traumatized, we is real forgiving. You know what I'm saying? Come on home, cuz, just make it right, yo. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll never be super cool, but at least for GP, at least for a conscious purpose, at least for spirit, like, man, I try to, man, my bad, yo. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell it. With the other stuff, New Breed, they probably they got to be hating on the man. Now, of course, a hater will never tell you they hating. They can't admit that. But just the way they're going about it, and not just him, but now you're attempting to knock the man and land initiative, and you know what I'm saying, other people who ain't got nothing to do with the situation. You bringing them in and making these insinuations of these people's character. You know what I mean? Like, I can hate somebody, or we not see eye to eye, or have a legitimate beef, right? But I'm not going through the lens of trying to get you, stop how you feed your family, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to affect your kids by proxy because of the issue me and you got. You know what I'm saying? My issue just with you, and that's where we're going to keep it at. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe if you surrounded with the NATO coalition forces, now I'm thinking you like him, so I might catch you, but I ain't gonna try to stop how, your kids, and I'm not gonna try to, diss your wife, and that's just too much. That's overkill. I'm gonna just keep it. I got an issue with, typically that's how Negro used to do it. If I got an issue with you, I come get you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just an observer, man. You know what I mean? And I just, it's just sad to see how, as the thinking man's Templar put it, the sophistication of evil, and how excuse me, this evil or whatever has permeated every avenue, aspect, and level of society. Even the chosen ones community. Of course we know the church. Of course we know the government. Of course we know your household to some degree, or your family rather. There's nothing that he hasn't turned upside down. We're in this place where good things actually have a bad label now. Such as friendship. Like, friendship by definition is a good thing. But because of this culture and so on and so forth, and people's intention and motive, now people are leery of friends. You see what I'm saying? You hear the rapper say, F love, right? When love is probably the most beautiful thing upon the earth. You know what I mean? But now don't nobody want something that's good. You feel me? They've turned the institution of marriage, a holy union, into a jokehead. But you know what we do though? We don't say F lust. We don't say F being antisocial. You see what I'm saying? The stuff that actually holds us back. It's a slippery slope. You know what I mean? Because I know the word says he who has friends must show himself friendly. But the Most High has helped me throughout my journey understand that everybody don't think like you. Everybody not perfect, but everybody not genuine like you. And that's why a lot of people, subscribe to maybe a certain isolation theory or way of going about things. Because now we're in a space where the wicked are attempting to use, manipulate, and destroy the good. You see what I'm saying? They hate you for not being like them. And then maybe we do practice a certain naiveness, maybe. Or just, I wouldn't even call it that. It's just genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like me. Like a lot of, the whole situation that took place, it really, I could really empathize because I've been in that situation numerous times and reacted exactly how Newbury would act. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't pick at me and then get mad when I lash out. But that was the whole point of picking with you. To get you to lash out. So as soon as you respond emotionally, then you point, see, I told you he's not like that. I told you. Always looking for a chink in the armor per se. Or some fault. Because they really don't have nothing with you. Granted, we ain't none of us perfect. You know what I'm saying? But just, I just try to do right by folks. Like, I'm not walking around thinking, who can I manipulate? Or, oh, I see if I do it like this, this could, be a potential opportunity to get me up the ladder. But if me going up the ladder mean I got to do it by stepping on your shoulders, I ain't finna do it. Because I don't want to do it. My ascension to the top can't be built on that campaign. And as we see it, it might take a while, but these people such as your Diddy's, such as your Jay-Z's and all them, who've done this, it's not built on any sound foundation. That's why typically if you're chosen, such as myself, it take you longer to do stuff. But the foundation is solid. You know what I mean? Now I was in society, I wasn't locked up in them. But when the Most High ended up putting me back around people, because I've been isolated for so long, and because I was forced to work on myself, I just saw everything clearer. So things that typically would have tripped me up in the past and tripped other people up then, I Euro step past like Manu Ginobili. You know what I mean? Effortlessly. They got mad because they couldn't put me in Charlotte Webb. I've been seeing the move. And it wasn't nothing I got all bent out. I just see it, recognize it, identify it, and make the proper call. Like, if I see the defense blitzing, I don't get mad because they blitzing. I just need to get the ball out my hand quicker so I don't get sacked. You can blitz all game long. The onus is on me to make the right play call. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just leave y'all on that note. You know, let's just make the right play call. No matter what, let's just take what the defense give us today and make the right call. And on that note, I'm going to holler at y'all, man.